Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back. And if you're new today, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I am really excited about today's video. I have a lot of new makeup I'm going to try out. I have something from Tarte. I have a new mascara. I have a couple new powders, one from Miss AOA and one from e.l.f. I have something from Fablux and I think a few other things. So there's actually a lot to go through. So let's just get started. So how I roll is I make a lot of purchases along the way. I put it aside in a box, and then when I have enough products to make a video, that's what I do. So that's where we are today. And a lot of these things I've had for quite some time. Actually, the first product I'm going to show you right here, I got this on, I think it was either Cyber Monday or Black Friday, over on TikTok Shop. I'm telling you, you can find some really good deals over there. And I think I had like a 30% coupon. So I got this on TikTok Shop. It was $30. I got this for $30. I've been seeing this over on, over at Ulta, over at Sephora. I think it's like between $50 and $60. So this was an amazing deal. And I just been eyeing it for a very long time because I just thought it was really neat that you get all of this. Even at $50, that's a good deal. So we're going to be trying this out. So this is called the Tarte All Stars Amazonian Clay Collector's Set. So yeah, it comes with 3 palettes. It comes with like a face palette here. So let's open this up and see what's inside. I was just thinking, I must have a thing with Tarte in December because last December is when I purchased those 2 palettes I absolutely love. And I also purchased like a blush palette. I think it's called the Gem palette. And that again was, last December. And now I purchased all of these. So they must have some really good deals in December. So these are the palettes here. So let's take a look and see what they look like. So this one is called Maracuja Juicy. It looks like this. And I'm telling you, the packaging is really nice. It just feels very luxe, has some weight to it, but this is more like a rosy palette here. So this is really pretty. Oh my gosh, I love these shades. And then this one here is called Glamazon. Okay, so this one is actually like the face palette. So I believe this is a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter. And yeah, again, the packaging is just really, really nice. This one is called a Tartlet. And let's see what's in this one. So this one is more, you know how I love my plums. So this is more like, of a plum palette. So really pretty. These shimmers look so gorgeous. And I love their shimmers. They're just really vibrant. They don't have a lot of glitter where they're flying all around. And this one looks more like a neutral palette here. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to lean more towards the neutral palette only because I've done a lot of plum and pink looks lately. So let's start with this here. And I might dip into the other palettes. I'm not sure yet. Okay, I've already primed my eyes, but I was looking at these palettes and we might have a little situation. The palette I wanted to use, the Tartlet Starlight, the more neutral palette. This one here, it's super pretty, but there are 4 shimmers and only 2 mattes. So those are pretty deep. So I don't know about a transition shade, but I was looking at another palette, the Maracuja Juicy. This one I could maybe use to sheer out a color or to maybe use that as a transition shade. But yeah, we're going to have to come up with a solution here. And I've been noticing that my backlight here keeps going in and out. So if you see something strange in the back, don't be alarmed. It's my light, just acting up. But hopefully it's done doing what it was doing. Okay, so I'm going to go into this shade here, and I'm just going to put it on a fluffy brush. And I'm just going to be very light-handed. That's how I like to roll, is I like to build up on my shades. So I'm going to start with just a very light hand. And I always just try to relax my eye as much as possible because they're hooded. And that way, I can just kind of see how far I have to take a shade. So as of right now, it's blending out just beautifully, just like the other palette. So that is good. Yeah, they're super buttery. and there's not a lot of kickback really, which that's really never a deal breaker for me anyway, but I just want to let you know that. But basically, that's pretty blended in. I think that's pretty good. So let's just do the other eye and see how this goes. Okay, so my other video, as of right now, there was a giveaway, or still is, I think the time this video goes out. Yeah, and not many people are watching it, so I don't know. You guys have a really good chance of winning some nice prizes. Yeah, I was surprised. But you know what? It is close to Christmas. Everybody's busy, and even I'm not watching videos, like I normally do. So I get it, but I was just surprised. I checked my emails and there's not a lot of names in there. So if you want to get into the giveaway, you have to go back into the video prior to this one, check the rules in the description box, and it will tell you exactly what you need to do. But yeah, it's in that video. But yeah, I was pretty happy for whoever has signed up because your chances are really good. Okay, now I think I'm going to go into this deep chocolate shade here. And I'm going to put that on a different brush and just put that on the outer corner. And let's see what that looks like. So, I mean, honestly, a lot of these shades look very similar. That's in my other palette. So for me, it probably wasn't the best purchase, but again, it was only $30. And these are really nice, if you just want a quick look or if you're traveling. But I am noticing that this is just very similar to the looks I can create out of those other two palettes. But honestly, as you can see, it's a beautiful formula, a wonderful formula, and everything is just blending very nice. So now what I do is just take that first brush, and now I'm just going to clean around these edges just to really smooth things out. But I really do love this shade. It's very pretty. It's very rich, almost like a brick, that shade that I've been talking about. I've just been using that a lot this season. But it's just, yeah, like very warm and toasty. But as you can see, how easy it is to come up with a look. I mean, I am almost pretty much done with my eye look here. Okay, so now I'm deciding what I want to do. I don't know if I want to go a little sassy here and, add a little bit of the pink shade to this, or just stay in this neutral family. But, these shimmers are really pretty. Let's just swatch the shimmers and see what they look like. Again, these are super, super buttery. So, oh gosh, I should have lifted up my shirt before I did that. So this one is more like a gold. Ooh, look at that. That is a beautiful gold shade. This one looks, oh, that's like a stark white. And this one here, that's more like, of a, I guess, what would you call like a penny? And this one is more like of a champagne. So super beautiful shades. I really do like these. What do I want to do? This is where I always run into a problem. Do you guys run into a problem when it comes to shimmers? Because I really do. But I think I almost want to go into this shade here. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like. I hope you guys aren't yelling at me through the camera, but I think I made the right decision. It's just going to add a little something to the look just so it's not so, neutral. And, ooh, is that beautiful? Yeah, that is what I was looking for. That is it. Yes, ma'am. I'm happy I chose that shade. So I'm actually going to take it pretty close to my inner corner. And then I'm going to go back into the neutral palette and just add just a little bit of this champagne color, just right in this inner corner. Ooh, I think I placed a little bit too much, so I'm going to take a clean finger and just kind of sweep that across. Just like that, it just kind of calms down that pink just slightly. And then what I think I'm going to do is go in with a flat brush into this really stark white right here and just place that very carefully in this inner corner and just sweep it up just slightly. So yeah, that looks really pretty. I'm so glad that I chose that pink, but I do have a feeling that I did a similar look not too long ago. So I'm just adding a little bit more And that looks really good. So I'll do the other eye. I'll come back and we'll move on because there's a lot of other products. Okay, for eyeliner, I think I'm going to use this here. Hard Candy sent me over a bunch of these. And these are called their eyeshadow markers. And the reason why I want to try this today is when I swatched it the other day, it did not want to come off very easily. So look how deep and rich and that black is though. It is really rich. So the only downfall with these is, the tip is pretty wide because I think you're supposed to use it more like as an eyeshadow, but I'm going to try to make it work as a eyeliner. So what I'm going to do is just go really close to the lash line and just kind of stamp all across that. And as you can see, you can really make it as thin as you want. It's right here. I'm a little nervous. I'm going to have to kind of just place a little bit of the product there. And I'm going to take one of my, my favorite brushes from Amazon. It's just great for smudging. And I'm just going to kind of smudge that out here and create like a very soft wing. But as you can see how easy that is. Now it is a little messy because, it is a wider tip. So I just take my makeup wipe and just sweep away here. And look at that. So if it stays like it did the other day, I'm going to be so happy because I'm telling you, I used a soap and water and that did not want to come off. So we will test that out today. Well, my backlight is out and I'm not too happy about that because those are not that cheap and it's not that old. And the more bizarre thing is it's plugged into an outlet. So that really should not happen. So I think I'm going to rate the company because I'm kind of bummed about that. I don't want to have to keep replacing all these lights, Yeah, again, it's not that old. But anyway, I've already curled my lashes and I do have a new mascara I want to try out. I've seen great reviews on this and it's by CoverGirl and it's called the Cleantopia. Yeah, I've seen really, really good reviews on this and I got mine. I think it's in like black or extreme black. So let's see if this lives up to all the hype that I've been seeing, on social media. But I love the packaging. It's really nice. It's all textured. I love the color of it. So yeah, it looks very pretty. So let's take a look at the wand. Ooh, it's one of those old school wands. That's why it's probably really good. I love my old school wands and it's more like an hourglass shape. So let's try this out and I'm just going to place a lot on the brush and really give it a chance. And it matches on my mirror. So let's do a few strokes and see how this works. Okay. So right now it's really gripping the lashes really good, but that's why I do love old school wands. They all tend to do that. So far, so good. And there's really not that really strong mascara smell. And I'm always getting hair in my lashes when I'm doing them. And it drives me crazy. Okay. So this is just a few, this is just a few strokes here. So super impressive. So I'm just going to let that dry down just a little bit because it's such a new mascara, right out of the tube. It's kind of wet but not too wet, like some brand new mascaras, but I do want to give it a chance and let it dry down just a touch. Now, the only thing with these kind of wands being so big is it can be a little messy, and I got to be very careful because I've accidentally poked my eye several times with these bigger wands. But so far, I think it's doing a pretty good job. And I'm just going to go back into the tube, grab a little bit more product, and let's go in with number 2 or coat number 2 on this eye and see how it builds on each other or builds up on itself. I will say this is probably definitely going to be mascara. You kind of would have to do 2 coats, possibly 3. But again, being fresh out of the tube, it's hard to tell. But I do see where, a lot of people might really like this. It's actually one of my better drugstore mascaras. But as you can see, the big mess that I'm making, but we will see how easy it is to flick away too. That's always a deal breaker with me. Yeah, it's a very nice mascara. I will say that for sure. Is it one of my all-time favorites? Probably not. But again, it's fresh out of the tube. Sometimes, after a week, it does perform a lot better. So as of right now, though, it's a very decent mascara. And I will say once you go in with the second coat, it really does thicken up. and it does create, quite some length. Let's see how easy it is to flick away. That's always a deal breaker. Like, ooh, I like how it flicks away. Yeah, it's really not taking away my eyeshadows. It's not smearing. So that is so important to me if it's easy to clean up. So I'm super happy about that. But yeah, my lashes actually do look very nice. I think after a week, I'm really going to love that mascara. Okay, and for my complexion, I think I didn't get anything new. I'm going to actually use this. I've been using this non-stop. It's almost actually gone now, so I'm going to have to go to Ulta and get a replacement because this is such an amazing foundation. I just love it on my mature skin. I think my skin always looks so smooth when I use it, so I really love it. It's called the Ulta Beauty Complexion Crush, and I got mine in the shade light to medium neutral. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Dr. Brandt. I've been loving this upside down. This is called the Pore Refiner Primer. This is such a great little pore filler, and it also is medicated, so it's, doing some long-term effects with my pores. So I've just been really loving it. It works with all of my foundations, and don't get me wrong, I still use my Master Blur Stick, but I try to rotate them because, like I said, this is medicated, and I think like it's doing some magic shrinking my pores. So I'm just going to place that and press that really good into the skin. And I'm just going to place a little bit on the back of my hand, and you don't need a lot. And I swear this is like the perfect little shade match for me as well. I really don't have to do any altering in the winter. Oh boy, let's see how much of this foundation I can get in my hair today. So, and now what I'm going to do is take my de-elbow spray because my skin's super dry right now. So this just adds a little bit more moisture to my skin. And it's super refreshing. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to actually just use my Stands Out sponge. I've been doing or using this quite a bit lately since I got it, because it really does a nice job, pressing it into the skin. It's really even application. It's super fast too. So I've been loving the sponge. Okay, so that's all applied. And as you can see, it's a beautiful finish. It's very natural, not super full coverage. You can still see my skin peeking through. It doesn't go into all my fine lines and wrinkles and pores. So I just love that. I can't say enough about that foundation. And I do have a new concealer I want to try out. It was sent to me by Fiera. And this is called their Luxury Concealer. So they sent me 2 shades. And I think the one is going to be too light because I kind of was swatching them earlier. So I think I'm going to mix them because they sent light and they also sent a neutral beige. So again, I'm just going to mix these and see what we can come up with. Now, the only thing is they're in a squeezy tube, and that kind of, I don't know. I don't like that, because it's just very hard to determine how much product you need. So I feel like you end up wasting quite a bit. So that is the light. So yeah, I think that's just going to be too light for me. So I am going to mix the two. Now, I did read up on this, and they said the best way to apply this is to put it like on the back of your hand and just warm it up because, ooh, it is super thick. And I feel like I've tried this before, so I don't know. We will see about this. But yeah, it's a super thick consistency. Wow, that's pretty full coverage. And they said you can use this as a foundation too. But as you can see, it's just very hard to determine how much you're going to need. So I'm actually going to use my finger and just melt that in because, like I said, it's a thicker consistency, but it's super creamy. Ooh, yeah, that's doing a nice job. So being so creamy, though, it kind of concerns me. I just hope, like, I'm not going to get a lot of creasing or anything like that. But I will definitely let you know in the description box how this held up and if it did any serious creasing. But it does feel super nice to the touch. But as you can see how much I have wasted. So how are you guys doing with your Christmas shopping? I was going to take you shopping with me yesterday. Had every intention. I even took like a little selfie stick. And I went to Costco and I think it was TJ Maxx. Yeah, it was TJ Maxx, not Marshall's. I would have, but it was so busy. I almost got ran over by I don't know how many carts. I mean, people were out of their minds. There is no way I could have filmed. Yeah, they would have just ran me over. You guys would have to witness a drive-by. with me getting run over by a cart because it was really bad. Thank God Daryl was with me because, yeah, I would have been just taken away by the crowd. Okay, so I think that looks really good. So let me come close so you can take a look. Yeah, it's just very smoothing under the eyes. It's still a little tacky, but I can almost feel like it is drying down a little bit. So as of right now, that looks, I think, really nice. Okay, so I did get a new bronzer too. I do have the powder bronzer, so I might just go over that. But this is from Fab So I found this on Amazon. I just thought it looked, pretty interesting, and I love their setting spray. So I'm super excited to see how their makeup is. So if I can get it out of its packaging. Ooh, so this is what the packaging looks like. Very pretty, very sleek and simple. There is a mirror in here. And so what it looks like, it's like a contour, and that's a contour shade. So that's actually going to work out good. I can use that to contour and then use the powder bronzer as my bronzer. And I believe this is a highlight here. I thought I did bring down my bronzer brush, but I just have this one here. And I think that's going to be just a little bit too wide, where I just kind of want to, carve that out. So I'm actually going to use my Stands Out sponge. We are going to see what this does. Whoa. Yeah, that is definitely a true contour shade. Wow. Yeah, it has like that gray undertone. Now let me try something else. I'm going to use my finger. I'm going to warm that up and just place that here. And then I'm going to place a little bit under the chin here, and maybe under the nose right here. And then I'm going to take my Stands Out sponge and press that into the skin and really just blend that in. Okay, so like I said, I really think it did a good job. I think I added just a little bit too much on this side. So what's great with the sponge is I could just flip it over and really just cover that with the foundation that's left on there. Okay, so this is like the perfect contour shade. So so far I like that. It was super creamy. It felt really nice to the touch. So I'll let you know if it really just kind of faded or, just kind of started slipping off my face. So definitely keep you posted on that. Okay, I do have a couple of new powders that I do want to try out here. One being from e.l.f. and I actually have this. It's the Halo Glow, but it's in pink. And I thought I would try that because that's just really supposed to brighten the face. And hopefully it's not going to brighten up everything too much, because I don't like using the Halo powder like under my eyes or around my pores, because I feel like it accentuates that. So I do have some other powders too. I don't think I'll be able to use all of these, but these are from Miss AOA. Now, the only thing is on their website, they looked much bigger than these. I mean, these are like for ants, these are so small. But I thought it just would be neat to try. So it almost looks like the Chanel or something, where they have like these little mini ones. So yeah, we will see how this is. And I'm going to have a hard time getting this packaging off. I can just feel it. I finally got that off. It took me, I'm not even kidding you, almost 5 minutes. And I chipped my nail trying to get that off. So yeah, tweezers would have came in handy. Okay, now this other one looks like this. So again, this is going to be more a brightening powder. So I will try this another time or another day. Also, Moira has something like this. Okay, so I'm going to place it in its tiny little cap here. And oh my, I placed way too much. It came flying out. So I'm going to dump a little bit back into its container there. And I'm going to use a fluffy brush and just pick a little bit up. Yeah, it's so hard with this tiny cap here, but I will do my best and just kind of tap that off. It's super finely milled though. So I'm just going to place that more in the T-zone. And I also will go over it with the e.l.f., because it is a more brightening powder. But right now, I'm just trying to set around the T-zone, because that is where, my makeup will start melting off. So it doesn't seem like it's altering the foundation too much, just slightly. But it's a really nice powder. Like I said, it's just very finely milled. So let me take a look at it and see if it looks super powdery. No, it does not. It looks actually very nice. Yeah, not too shabby. I think that's $1.88, but it is very tiny. But it's a very nice powder. I really do like that. Okay, so the only flaw with this powder so far is, the tiny little container, and it is super, super powdery. But again, that could be a good thing. Okay, let's go into this e.l.f. one, and I believe they've changed their packaging because my other Halo one does not look like that. It has a black cap. So let's take a look at this and see. Ooh, what I like about this one though is there's like a turn to where you can close it instead of, having all the powder flying all over the place. So that's a really nice feature. Yeah, so as you can see where the powder comes out, so if I twist it, nothing comes out. Well, nothing comes out. So that is very nice. So let's see how pink this powder is. So to me, it looks more of a peachy color. Yeah, it does say pink, so maybe it's just the lighting, but down here, yeah, it just looks more a peach. So I'm just going to take a small brush, and let's see if it has the same glow as the other one does. And I am going to, believe it or not, go in more towards the T-zone. Oh yeah, there is a really, do you see that right there? It's almost like a highlighter. Wow. I think that is even more glowy than the other one. So you got to be super careful with that. Wow. Holy Moses. But let me just see something. I'm going to get crazy here. I will say my under eyes are zero creasing at this point, and it has dried down. I'm just going to place a little bit in the inner corner here just to set that down, just to see what that looks like. Yeah, I don't think that it accentuated my fine lines and wrinkles at all. It doesn't look super crepey or anything down here. It could change upstairs. So I'm just going to place a little bit under the eyes. I mean, I'm just using a very little product. But yeah, I could not believe how bright that is. So yeah, you got to be careful with this one. But I do think it would be very, very nice to use, all around the face, just like their other one, and just add just a little bit of glow. So I am going to definitely try this powder again, just definitely not in the T-zone. Okay, so let's go into the Glamazon Tarte palette. So again, it looks like this. And I'm going to go into the bronzer now and just place a little bit on my brush because that kind of looks a little deep. Let me just place a little bit on the back of my wrist just to see the shade. So it's not too pigmented. I've been wrong before. So let's just see what this looks like. See if it's too orange. Yeah, it's warm for sure, which is not too bad. It's not too orange, but it definitely does lean more warm. So let's see, but it does blend in very nice. And let's just add a little color to this face because right now I look super pale. So, okay, now, as you can see, that kind of went on a little bit more bold than on the forehead. So I'm going to have to be a little light-handed over on the cheeks. But, ooh, I do like this bronzer. It's very smoothing. Yeah, that is really nice. And I'm just going to place a little bit under the chin. And I'm just going to pinch my brush here, place a little bit under the lip and along the side of my nose. Okay, and the blush, I'm definitely going to use this one here. And I'm actually just going to use this brush here. And it looks like, is there like a little shimmer to it? We will see. And place that. Oh, it's a beautiful shade though. As you can see, it's like a really pretty, like mauvey pink. Ooh, I like that, but I don't see any shimmer in that. It just kind of looked a little bit, satin in the packaging, but there definitely is no shimmer or satin finish. And a little bit on my nose, just to bring a little bit of winter into my look. Okay, and then it does have a highlighter, so let's try that out. It looks super blingy. Let me just see if I want to use this because that is really, whoa. Oh my gosh, that is like super, super bright. I'm going to have to be very careful because anything that bright can really accentuate my fine lines and wrinkles. So I'm just using the lightest hand, but it is really pretty. And it is like almost like the perfect shade for my skin tone. But again, I'm just going to be very, very careful. And a little bit on the Cupid's bow. And just a little bit on the tip of my nose. All right. Well, for someone who didn't want to use that highlighter, I really do like it. Okay, so all we really have left is to do the lips and add a little bit of color under the eyes. So let's go back into these palettes here. And let's see if I want to add a little bit of color to this look. Maybe let's add a little bit of this plum here. And I always forget that there's mirrors on these palettes. And I'm just going to place a little bit of that plum in the outer corner and connect that to my wing. Ooh, that is really pretty. It's very similar to the plum that I used in the previous video, but I love it. You know how I'm all here for my plums. I love plum shades. Just so beautiful, especially in the winter. Okay, so now I think I'm just going to use the same brush and go into, what do I want to go into? Let's go into this shade right here. And just place a little bit on that and sweep that all across the lower lash line. Then I'm going to go back into that really bright white shade. And just add just a little bit in this inner corner, just to really brighten that. Ooh, that is so bright, but it's so beautiful. Okay, and for lips, I do have a few different products I do want to share with you, and hopefully I can make this work. I don't know, but I do want to try both of them because they're so beautiful. This one is here. I might as well show you. It's the Tarte, and this is the Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump, but this is the shimmer one everybody is going crazy over. This is in the shade Rosy Copper. Now, when I was looking for a shimmery lip product, this is it. Wait till you see this because I've already tried it. So you do got to click it up. And this is what I'm talking about. Do you see the beautiful shimmer in this? Oh my gosh. I absolutely love this. And it's so comfortable on the lip. So let me show you what it looks like. Do you see the beautiful shimmer in that? Oh my gosh, I love these. Now, I did have another Maracuja lip product. Now, that one didn't have any shimmer, but it was super soft. Like, I would put it on my lip and it almost like melted. It was just very messy. This one is not. This one is just really, really nice. I love this. And there is like a little minty sensation, so a plumping effect, but it's not painful whatsoever. But now I have to remove it because I do have another lip product I do want to share with you. And I might apply this over that. So the other product that I got, and I think I tried this before and I wasn't too impressed with it, but I think I should try it again. And it's by e.l.f. and it's their glossy lip stain. And I got mine in the shade Spicy Sienna. So let's give this a try. And again, I know I tried this a while back and I don't know why I wasn't impressed with it. Maybe it felt dry or something, but we will find out what my problem was. But this is the packaging here. So very tiny in this large packaging here. So let's give it a try. I don't know if, I should shake it, but I'm going to just in case. And let's see what the applicator looks like. Oh my. So this might be too dark with this look, but we're going to have to try it. And let's see what this does. Oh, thank goodness it's not as bright as it looks. Ooh, but it does have almost like a cooling effect to it. And the applicator is really nice because it's not making a huge mess. So far, it's very comfortable on the lip. Ooh, I like this a lot. Why didn't I like it before? Maybe it didn't stain my lips. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, right now my lips feel very hydrated. I'm just going to let this sit here for a minute and let that dry down. The shade does not go with this look whatsoever, but we're going to try to make it work. Okay, so let's go and test this right now. I'm going to show you how waterproof this is. Hopefully, it was the other day. We will see. So I got my water bottle, and I'm going to spray the back of my hand. I mean, I'm going to spray it really good. It is not budging. I mean, at all. It is not budging. Now, I do have a makeup wipe. Let's see if it wipes off. I mean, not easy. at all. I mean, I'm literally digging at my hand and it finally came off. I mean, that is not going to go anywhere on your eye. Okay, so let's see what my lips are doing. But I really do like the, you know, how they feel. They are this is super comfortable on the lip. And let's see if it really stained. Yeah, there's a slight stain, not too drastic. So I think the longer, you know, it would stay on my lips, it probably would really stain. So I don't know what my problem was before, but I really do like that now. And I think I'm going to go over it with this here because I love it so much. And let's just see what that combo does. Look how beautiful that is. Do you guys see? That's what I was looking for in that other product in that one video. So beautiful. I absolutely love this. I can't wait to my other shades come. I'm so excited because they're more like a pink or a mauve. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, I think that's it. I think I tried everything that I was wanting to try. Let's talk about the palettes. If you don't have the other two palettes from last December, you would really enjoy these. This, you know, this look is just so beautiful. It came out so nice. It was super easy to blend. I love the formula. The shimmers are absolutely beautiful. And if you notice, I did not use any glitter glue and I didn't have tons of glitter flying everywhere. Oh, just stunning. This new e.l.f. powder, I'm a little worried about it only because it was super shiny. But like I said, if you use it everywhere else, just a light dusting and you want a pretty glow, this is really going to give that to you. So far, so good with these little Miss AOAs. The only downfall is its tiny little packaging, but I really like how it looks on my face. I will definitely keep you updated on this Fiera. And I am seeing a little bit of transfer from my mascara already. So that is interesting. As you can see right here, I will keep you updated on that. It could be a fluke. It could have been just something got a little wet and transferred, but I definitely will keep you posted on the mascara. But as of right now, it looks really pretty. And it applied pretty decent, you know, just that one was pretty big. I don't know what my problem was with this e.l.f. one. I don't get it because that is really nice. I'm going to look into more shades. This, you know how much I love this. And I think that is it with all my new products. Oh, and this contour kit by Fablux. I don't know about this. I guess it's good to have, you know, if I really want to carve out my cheekbones because it's a perfect, you know, contour shade. But I don't know if it's necessary to have. But yeah, it was decent. I don't see a huge drastic change, you know, in my cheekbone if, you know, everything's all snatched or anything. I can pretty much do that with bronzer. So this one I really don't think I needed. All right, that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, if you please hit that like button, it truly does help my channel. I can't wait to see you guys again. I think this might be the last video before the holidays. If it is, have a wonderful Christmas. And I cannot wait to see you guys in the new year. I love you so much. And until next time.